Okay, good afternoon and welcome to Yeshiva YouTube, Iyun with Benzion. Today we're going to analyze Kesubos daf Samech number 60. The Gemara, most of this daf, especially Amud Beis, talks about a situation where a woman is nursing a child and her husband died. Um, can she get remarried while she's nursing, right? If she doesn't have a child, she's not pregnant, right? She has to wait 3 months. The mayor says 3 months. Because we have to be mafka, we have to figure out if the child is from the first husband or the second husband. Uh, However, if she's nursing a child, she has to wait, according to one opinion, 24 months since the birth of the child. According to another opinion, 18 months. According to another opinion, 50 months. Now, the Gemara seems to be going in the direction. Abaye seems to give a psak halacha in the middle of Samach Hamad Beis that 15 months is all she needs to wait. 15 months from the day the baby was born. Because like the Gemara explains, Rav Gamliel explains that it takes 3 months, even if she were to get married after 15 months and have the first night conceive, it takes 3 months for the milk to lessen, that she's able to nurse her child with, so she'll have 18 months worth of milk, which is, according to Beis Hillel and Rabbi Yehuda, enough time. It's the average amount of time for a woman to nurse her child, and the child will be healthy even if you give it formula or give it other foods after 18 months. 18 months is considered healthy enough to nurse the child. Then, interestingly enough, Abaye goes in front of his Rabbi Rav Yosef and he tells him, I allowed this person to get married, remarried. He even allowed him to get engaged, but he said, of course, Allah would be to get remarried after 15 months, the woman, and Rav Nachman went crazy on him. Not Rav Nachman, Rav Yosef. Yosef says, no way. Rav and Shmuel, he had a different opinion than Rav and Shmuel. They say 24 months. Not only 24 months, but excluding the day of the Eris and the day the child was born, meaning the child was born on a Monday. You have to start counting 24 months from Tuesday. And then 24 months have to end, a full 24 months, and then they end on a Wednesday, then you can only get engaged on a Thursday. Full 24 months, it seems like Rabbi Meir, it seems like Beis Shammai. How could it be? And then the Gemara curiously says that he ran after him, Abai, when he heard this from Rav Yosef. Sounds like ArtScroll interprets it. He made, he concluded that based on what Rav Yosef said, his Rabbi Rav Yosef said, he had ruled erroneously. He had made a mistake, so he chased after him about 8 miles or 3 miles in the sand. He was running after the sand, but he was not able to catch up to him. Very curious language, doesn't it? I don't understand what this Gemara is saying. And then Abai throws in, a milk to eat eggs and milk together. You might think maybe it's asr. Don't tell. If someone asks you, is it mutter to eat meat and eggs? You shouldn't allow someone to do it. Makom Rabbi, in a place where his Rebbe apparently forbade it. If a Rebbe, how could his Rebbe, if he's a qualified rabbi, how could a rabbi, any known rabbi, say it's asr to eat eggs and milk together? Chicken and milk is derabanan, but egg is fully formed eggs that were laid by a chicken. That's not a chicken anymore. It's not meat. It's not chicken anymore. It's not poultry. So of course it's mutter. How was the Rebbe? And he says you shouldn't. Your Rebbe said it's asr. You shouldn't try to matter, even if you're a qualified rabbi. If your Rebbe lives in that place, and it's not because you're disgracing your Rebbe, the Gemara says, because lo mistaya milsa lemeimar sounds like what you say is not going to be effective. No one's going to listen to you. Hard to understand. If the Rebbe made such a gross mistake that he ruled you can't eat milk and eggs together, which no one says, right? It's not going to be effective when you say that you can eat eggs and milk together. Go look in the Shulchan Aruch. Of course it's mutter. Look in the Torah. There's no reason to asr it. It's a very curious Gemara. So I'd like to suggest over here that I believe the halacha is 15 months. Now it only talks about if he died. It doesn't say if there's gerushin, right? If there is gerushin, if they got divorced, right? It only says, right? Why not also in the case of gerushin you have to wait because she has to wean the child. Just because the husband died, gerushin also should have to wait because the same reasoning applies, like I explained in the Gemara. Rashi explains over here, is because since she no longer has a husband who's going to provide for the child, so therefore, meaning if you're married, you can have a child while you're still nursing, even if you're in the 5th month of nursing. It doesn't make a difference because your husband's going to provide baby formula. When you're not married to him anymore, no one's going to provide baby formula for a child that's not his, right? It's the ex's child. Not provide baby formula. So what's the difference if there's misa or gerish? It only says misa over here. All these problems. I like to say that what happened was Rav Yosef. The Gemara says that Rav Yosef forgot a lot of his Torah at some point in his life. The Gemara on Daf Beis, the first Daf in Kesubos, says that he forgot what he was saying later on in life. Rat Baslei Tasa Parsi, or he ran after him 8 miles or 3 miles in sand, right? What's his mashal metaphor? Running after someone in sand, and he didn't catch up to him. It's just emphasizing what a big chumrah this is. That some people make these chumras that make absolutely no sense. The Gemara has proven it makes very little sense over here. 15 months should be enough. It makes very little sense. So you run after someone in sand. It's like running after someone in vain, like running after a chumrah. You're never gonna catch it. I mean, you're never gonna get to the truth over here. That's what I think it means. The Gemara is emphasizing it's a chumrah that's way out of proportion. It's like running in the sand. You're not gonna get anywhere. It's hard to run in sand. Run so long in sand for 3 miles. I mean, it's harder than the marathon for 26 miles to run in sand. So I think the Gemara is emphasizing that, right? And then the Gemara says, support this, right? If your Rebbe says something so wrong that he says it's forbidden to eat milk and eggs together, right? You shouldn't rule that it's mutter in his city. You shouldn't permit it. You shouldn't permit it. Meaning, I think that the idea is, of course, you should permit it. It's mutter. The Rebbe's crazy. I mean, he made a big mistake over here. It means to say over here that you shouldn't. If someone comes to you and says, "Can I eat milk and eggs together?" To follow the Rebbe of the chief rabbi of the city said it's usher. You shouldn't say no, it's mutter. You should go either talk to that Rebbe, or just make a public pronouncement that this is a big mistake over here. This is a big chumrah over here. It's out of proportion, right? Lo mistaya milsa lamemra. Just to say it is not going to be good. To say it is not going to take away the effect. Some of the rabbi can say a chumrah. People will take it. They'll take it at face value. So people sometimes rabbis say crazy things. They say things that are way too machmir, and just people take it literally, and it ruins society. It ruins life. Don't take it literally. Go out, either talk to the rabbi, tell him, you made a big mistake over here, a big chumrah over here, or, just make a big public pronouncement that it's a huge mistake over here. Lo mistaya milsa lamemar, just to say, yes, it's mutter, it's not going to help. People heard the chief rabbi say it. You got to go publicly and say, this is a huge mistake over here. That's what I like to say about today's shir. I did not answer fully why this only is halacha when the husband dies and not when there's gerushin. Maybe we'll talk about it at a different time. Anyway, hope you enjoyed. See you in the next one.